Hello there, and welcome to something that's quite a rarity on my channel, but I'm looking forward to doing it. So I was contacted by the company who makes Action, which is basically a recording device for PC. You can record games on PC and whatnot. It's just very good. They sent me it and said, have a free version yourself, test it out, see what you think, and if you want to, you can have free keys to give to people. So that's what we're doing here. This is basically a giveaway for free people, and you will get basically a way to record your PC. So how I'm going to do this is I usually do giveaways like this by just having every comment there and having a random number generator pick one out. But instead what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to give it to free people who want to use this to either start out making videos or who are in the process of trying to enhance what they're doing. I want it to go to people who are actually going to use this as a way to just start a hobby and have fun with whatever they want to play and record. So basically in the comments, if you want to win this, just tell me why you want to win it. What are you going to do with this program if you win? I will go into a small amount of what it can do just now, just for basic purposes. Also, there's if you don't win this, I recommend trying out OBS, Open Broadcaster software. It's really good at recording and streaming, and it's free. So if you don't win this, it's always a good way to start out if you want to record PC games like Steam and stuff like that. But yeah, so you've got your basic settings. If we go to settings in here, we got your general stuff. So you got automatically general updates, start the application, hide it and all that. Video quality, high, low, ultra. I recommend high. Ultra is like uber quality, and realistically you don't need it. High is very much okay. The bitrate, I'd always have that at 100. Input range, full is always good. You can have recording the mouse cursor on or not. It's really depending on what kind of games you're playing. I mean, if you're playing something so basic like Minesweeper, the person watching you probably wants to see what you're about to click with your mouse as opposed to it just randomly flashing. So something like that. Audio, just general stuff. There's a HUD that can show up, but I would show you now. But if I turn it on, I'd have to restart the system, so I'll do that after. Exporting, just what you want to use with it. You can even choose to export the mouse cursor on there, just stuff like that. If we go into video capture, you can pick, if you click on game, say for example I started putting on A Hat in Time. If I click A Hat in Time, right now there's no recording section because I haven't clicked anything, but if I click on A Hat in Time while that menu is on, then I will be allowed to record it. So that's basically that. We just go to screen. You can choose desktops. I've got 2 desktops, so you can choose which one you want. You can have a microphone on at all times if you want. You can also have a webcam on at all times if you want. That is basically like you can also have overlay graphics. With stuff like this, I very much recommend basically doing small tests, loads and loads and loads of tests to make sure you get the right settings that work for you. And just try and utilize it. In terms of if you were to record with a microphone in this program, I very, very highly recommend doing a test before every single recording because you have no idea just how loud the game will be in comparison to you. So play a piece of music that's way louder than the game will ever be and use that as like a bass. Personally, I use something called Audacity. It is a free audio recording program. I record my audio and my video separately, and I sync it together. But if you don't have the program to sync it together, then yeah, just go with something like that. That's always a good idea. I should warn you, these file sizes will be quite big. Like this is like a 2-second video, and it's 3 MB, just as a test. Just to I did a 30-minute test and it was 6 GB, so but I deleted that. But yeah, just so you know how it works, the file sizes will be big, so you'll want something to compress video files. The stuff like Format Factory and Handbrake, and obviously Sony Vegas if you have access to that as an editing software. Stuff like that will compress your video down if you know what you're doing, and if you don't know what you're doing with that kind of thing and you have the program, look online, there are loads of tutorials, I'm sure you can find something. In terms of recording, you can also go to devices, so I can actually record Elgato through this. I don't know how good that is, and to be honest, if you've got an SSD, which is a solid state drive, you won't need to use this to record the Elgato. The Elgato will record everything perfectly. And to be fair, actually, I think it will record perfectly anyway, even if you're using a decent hard drive. Just make sure it's got 7,400 RPM instead of 5,600, which is the one I have. Didn't realise I was buying some slower speed hard drives, and it sort of cuts out footage every so often when recording with Elgato on the slower hard drive. You'll need a faster hard drive for that, just as a warning. If you want to get Elgato, Elgato is probably the best thing you will need for recording console, but it won't work with earlier consoles like the PS2. You'll need something like Hauppauge with a composite cable, component cable, sorry, to record Hauppauge. Basically, yeah, you can record the game like I mentioned before, or if you want, you can actually just pick an area. So let me just shrink this down, just so you can see what I'm looking at. So yeah, you've got this little window here. You can pick your window, say, hey look, I'm going to record here, ta-da, it's magic. And if I want, I can turn on this little thing where it's like a pen, and I can draw things, and it's like magic. Hi, Teal says hi really badly. That's what he says right there. Clear it all. So yeah, you don't need a pen thing at all. Just a little thing you can use. Kind of cool. But yeah, it's just recording in here. It will be recording my mouse, and then I'll stop recording. If you want to go back, you just do that. Go back here, and I can look at it. Here it is. Like here's my recording. You can see it in here. There it is. Look, there's the mouse. You can see the mouse perfectly fine. Looks really nice, actually. Looks very good. And also, it will be in the folder you save it to. But if you want, you can look here. And you can also just upload it straight to YouTube from this little program, which is fantastic. Also, I didn't also mention, you can choose your frame rate, 60 frames. 60 frames is always a win. Always go for 60 frames. I prefer, it has it set to AVI originally. I always recommend MP4. Most things run better in MP4, I find. Sony Vegas doesn't tend to work as well with AVI. It does work, just not as well, personally, from my experience. But that's just me. Video size, I'd recommend original. You can bump it down to 1080 or 720, but you will lose it. Again, as I say, do a couple of tests. And yeah, if you want it, yeah, tell me why you want it in the comment section below. And if you don't win, as I say, try OBS Studio or Streamlabs OBS. Streamlabs OBS. Streamlabs is one word. Highly recommend it. Really good for streaming. Really good for recording as well. Just, again, do tests. Look up videos and tutorials. You'll find settings that work for you. And, yeah, just, good luck with the competition. I'll see you next time. I will be awarding the winners. I'll be notifying them through YouTube and also Twitter if they have one. I'll just be sending you a message on YouTube over the weekend. So good luck, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.